Welcome to the business segment on Joy News Prime with me, Pius Kujubaka. Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta has stated that government has been vindicated about the economy turning the corner following a significant drop in the November inflation figure. The Ghana Statistical Service yesterday announced that inflation fell to 26.4% in November 2023 from 35.2% recorded in October 2023. According to Mr. Ofori-Atta, the drop is indicative of government's effort of improving the economic situation of the country. Addressing journalists, Mr. Ofori-Atta said he is optimistic of hitting the 15% target of inflation next year.
Last meeting we have with GRA, evident that they are also beating their targets, and that's very encouraging for us. When you add that to where I believe we have turned the corner of the economy, we saw yesterday inflation come down to 26.4%. It's literally half of where we were at 54 point something at the end of last year. So it's quite an impressive performance. And I know we've gone through very difficult times, but you look at inflation being halved, we see our growth, which was expected to be 1.5%, double at 3%. And then we look at the currency depreciation, which since February has been about 7.2% decline, quite a bit of stability. And the inflation also indicated that Greater Accra had the slowest growth in inflation, and that is good. Food inflation is still problematic, but even that was down considerably from the 44% effect to about 32% this time. So the supply is not a problem. I think that logistical movement is what we need to get efficient about. So we are truly looking forward to a good year next year, and we all remain very hopeful and sure that we will turn around and get to the 15% inflation level that we are expecting for next year.
Meanwhile, the Association of Ghana Industries is mounting pressure on the Bank of Ghana to consider reducing the policy rate following the significant drop in inflation. It says this will enable businesses to go in for more credit to expand the operations. According to Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the Association, Chena Mapelu, the decline of inflation is not having any positive impact on businesses due to the high cost of borrowing. He spoke earlier on Business Live.
What I'm saying is that the central bank for some time has been using the inflation targeting model in determining the policy rate. What it makes is that as the inflation goes up, they increase the policy rate with the hope that that will help reduce the inflation rate. So the reverse should be same. The reverse should stand. And we are saying that if the logic stands, then we quickly want to see the central bank comes out in the shortest possible time to announce a reduced policy rate. That way, it will be easier for everybody in the economy to appreciate the essence of the inflation rate. Because if you still keep the policy rate as high, then we will not make any benefit or any gains from the reduced inflation rate. The whole essence of all of this inflation rate is to guide how we play in the economy. And the major actor is the central bank's policy rate, which is what we've been talking about every day. Because as I speak, the banks are not even giving us loan for industry to flourish. It's really hard. Even if you eventually able to attract the loan, it's so expensive, over 30%. And imagine that you have to borrow money at around more than 30%. How are you going to make money? And this is just loan, giving the other input costs that are involved in making these business decisions. So we are saying that the central bank, as a matter of urgency, should quickly come on the table to let us know how soon they are reducing the policy rate. That way, we believe we'll go a long way. And I trust that they'll do it, given the model they'll be using. We believe strongly they'll do it. But also, it is important to take caution that it's not time to begin to celebrate yet. Because mind you, this inflation rate of 26.4% is for November. We are in December. And December, given the festive period and everything, normally general price level goes up. So our view is that we will need to wait and understand how the year ends vis-a-vis the target for.
Now, the Chifo Oil Palm Plantation Limited has declared a total dividend of 30.8 million cedis for the 2021 and 2022 financial years to government. The company increased its revenue to 164.5 million cedis in 2022 from 129 million cedis in 2021. More in this report. Chifo Oil Palm Plantation ended the year 2022 with a profit of 76.2 million cedis, up from 51.8 million cedis in 2021. To this end, the company presented 2 checks totaling 30.89 million cedis to the government of Ghana. The amount represents dividend accrued to the government of Ghana for its shareholding in the company's 2021 and 2022 financial years. Deputy Minister of Finance Abnasi Asari received the checks on behalf of government.
And we know that down the line, things can only get better. We hope and are looking forward to another similar gathering next year with top presenting even more dividends than it's doing today. And we just also want to send the signal to other entities that they should do likewise, because government cannot continue to invest in these companies and whatever is due government not being given to government. And so for that, we appreciate what you have done, and we ask that we'll continue to work with you in partnership to make sure you sustain this growth that we are seeing at your end. And like I said, government will also create that enabling environment for you to thrive and also be able to do more.
Chifo Oil Palm Plantation attributed the impressive financial results to the favorable global vegetable oil prices and good management practices by the board. To sum a Greek story, a clarion call has been made for all players in the food value chain on the African continent to collaborate and work together towards flashing out on wholesome food on the markets. According to the African Continental Association for Food Protection, the rising number of unsafe food in Africa has reached alarming levels. This is coming on the back of the second AFTA Food and Safety Conference for Africa. Promoting food safety in food systems impacts greatly on the protection of consumers against unsafe foods. In Africa, food shortages and affordability are 2 common factors leading many to sleep hungry and consuming unsafe food. Speaking to Joy Business on the final day of the second African Continental Association for Food Protection Food Safety Conference for Africa, animal health expert at the African Union Inter-African Bureau for Animal Resources, Professor James Wabacha, said the time has come for all stakeholders to come on board to address the unsafe food flooded on the African market.
This particular forum is so important for us because we believe that supply of quality and safe food to the African people is of paramount importance. And there is no food, there is no nutrition if the food is not safe. So this indeed is a very, very important conference for us to come and participate, to come support as scientists sit to discuss, share information on this very important topic for the African continent.
Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber of Agribusiness Ghana, Anthony Morrison, said there is the need to invest in an efficient database system to track the consumption of unwholesome food.
Our data on food safety and the nutrition is very important. You heard me talk about the fact that there is a need to look at the National Food Safety and the Nutrition Dashboard. Now, areas of that nature is what we should be looking at, because we are talking about big data and how big data now is informing on the private sector in terms of investment, in terms of where to move your money to and how to do long-term or short-term investment. But in Ghana, we have quite a lot of concern about food safety.
Meanwhile, the Food and Drugs Authority says it is collaborating with other stakeholders to clamp down on food vendors who are selling without the street vending permit. Jocelyn Ajakwa Amusa is with the FDA.
We are collaborating to inspect street food vendors, after which, once they comply with the good hygienic practice, they are issued with a street food vending permit. And this permit, they stick on their stalls. So consumers are being encouraged that when you go out there to buy food, look out for the street food vending permits. It will be sticking on the stalls of these vendors, which indicates that they have complied with good hygienic practice, based on which they have been given the street food vending permits.
The African Continental Association for Food Protection is an affiliate of the International Association for Food Protection with a vision of advancing food safety on the African continent. For Joy Business, Pius Kojobaka. Flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, says his next government, when successful, will build cocoa processing factories in cocoa growing areas in the country. It forms part of a policy to transform the cocoa industry he describes as ailing. Mr. Mahama believes processing of cocoa beans will increase earnings from the cultivation of cocoa. Naya Ojima reports.
The final town hall meeting in the Western North region was held at Seshi Esam in the Bia East district. Many from various communities came together to cheer on the flag bearer of the NDC. Concerns of cocoa farmers have characterized town hall meetings in the cocoa growing areas. Cocoa farming is a major employer and contributor to the country's economy. According to John Mahama, the government has struggled to secure a syndicated loan of $800 million for the industry. The inability of the produce buying company to function effectively under the present government is a worry for the former president.
PBC free Kwame Nkrumah breso aye juma sa me kai say ma breso na PBC aye juma yie omunya profit bosomusia yentwe omoka na chese juma na go se wontimi ntwe workers kadia na chese bibia ni ho a obeka biom me ka say LBC PBC ntimi ntobi. Meanwhile, say Juma ya de share monsa na PBC ye Juma omo timi kra omo trucks foforo no omo de omo sika etua. And then so the omo trucks de bebre asay ye timi nto truck na de abetwe cocoa nako. And so cocoa so de ye be yensese ye be Kenya ejuma no if say cocoa ejuma no ye nananom e na eye e de man.
Meanwhile, John Mahama has reiterated his willingness to build processing factories for value addition.
And so, and Sakraya Yadeba, and they said, Bibia, you do cocoa, bia, yeti cocoa. Ye the cocoa factory, beba besiho. If he said, Newa Honey said, Akwesi broni obeto cocoa abano no de koni kroba ebo a ode maye no ono de kono kosiesie cocoa abano na ode ye ne opeso ye cocoa powder ne sa ne omo na onya beye 5 times eko enum sika obenya no 5 times ne oditua cocoa abano.
Details of policies suggested on the tour are expected to be captured in the party's manifesto for the 2024 elections. For Joy News, Nana Ojima, Western North Region.
You're still watching Prime Business. German corporation GIZ, on behalf of the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development, has handed over an electric bus to Ghana Free Zones Authority for use within the Tema Export Processing Zone. Country Director for GIZ, says this is to enable mobility of workers and other tenants within the enclave. There is more in this report.
Sustainable environment has become an important agenda for governments around the world. Development partners, German Corporation GIZ, under the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development, handing over the electric bus to Ghana Free Zones Authority in Tema, is to support Ghana's quest to a sustainable environment. The gesture also aims at helping address transportation challenges of workers, visitors, and other tenants within the Free Zones enclave. Country Director for GIZ Ghana, Dr. Dek Asman, explains the objective is to promote sustainable transportation, while the electric bus would be creating a cleaner and sustainable environment, considering the importance of transportation to everyday life.
The launch of this electric bus is consistent with our goal of creating a cleaner and more sustainable environment. Considering how important transportation is to our everyday lives, switching to electric vehicles is a real and significant approach to reducing our carbon footprint. If the electricity is generated from renewable energies. And only then. Therefore, I highly appreciate and congratulate you to the installation of this solar park. So we hope that this initiative will also increase the demand for and the share of green energy in the energy matrix of the country. We also hope that this initiative will facilitate the movement of workers and visitors to this industrial park.
Meanwhile, Deputy Director for Free Zones, Kate Avio, shares how the electric bus would impact on transportation at the Free Zones enclave.
For most workers, when they alight at the gate and their factory is at the extreme end of the export processing zone, it presents some challenge. Some would have to walk for a lot of minutes before they reach their destination, and quite a number of the companies also run 2 shifts, so some would have to journey when it is a bit dark. So for me, this bus presents a very good, affordable, e-friendly means of transportation for the employees. And mind you, the stress is on the employees. This is not for free zone workers, it is for the workers of the over 75 and businesses that operate from here.
The gift followed the partnership between German Corporation GIZ and Ghana Free Zones Authority within the framework of the special initiative Decent Work for a Just Transition under Invest for Jobs. GIZ, with this gift, is piloting a new technology for micromobility in Ghana and is expected to scale it up in future.
Now, women within the energy sector have been urged to acquire new skills within information technology. According to board member and patron of the Electricity Company of Ghana Power Queens, Martha Opari, this is key to supporting the sector. She was speaking at ECG Power Queens Awards and Dinner Night.
Board member and patron of the Electricity Company of Ghana Power Queens, Martha Opari, speaking at the ECG Power Queens Awards and Dinner Night in Accra, urged women in the company to position themselves for more opportunities.
Let's embrace new skills and technology. Position yourself as innovators and leaders in your respective fields. Your commitment to learning will keep you relevant and resilient in an ever-evolving world. Dress how you want to be addressed in a manner that reflects and approach challenges with solutions in mind. Let's embrace opportunities in these so-called areas and walk into rooms with your heads held high, demonstrating respect, kindness, and resilience. Remember I said I was coming back to Mr. Longdon. Joanna, in establishing the Power Queens Club, was accidental.
She further urged these women to be heavy on acquiring skills within the IT space.
Deftraco Group, a real estate developer, has announced the launch of its latest development, The Address, located in the prestigious Roman Ridge area. The project is poised to redefine modern living in Accra, offering a trio of towers that feature vacation, residential and hotel apartments, each designed to elevate the standard of luxury living. According to the Chief Executive Officer, John Houghton Entua, the address stands as the epitome of Deftraco Plus mastery in crafting unparalleled real estate experiences in Ghana.
Development encompasses 3 distinct towers, each tailored to cater to the varying needs of residents. A 13-floor tower presents studios, 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom vacation apartments, offering a retreat for those in search of relaxation and rejuvenation.
The address, obviously we just launched the address today. Address is one of our masterpieces, and it's the pride and joy of the company. The address came about through the lenses of our executive director, who is indeed the visionary, and obviously having to actualize the address in the form it is right now, it's quite impressive, and we do want to thank him for that. The address is a 3-tower building where it has the sort of what I'll call the short let, where investors are investing more or less like the Airbnb sort of structure. And oriented tower, which is more of the studio, 1-bedroom, 3-bedroom, and so forth. And then we have the hospitality side as the 3rd tower, which is around the hotel apartments, similar to what we've built with the Pelican Hotel in Cantonment. So the address has a lot of amenities, which is not necessarily one that is common in Ghana.
The address is a seamless blend of convenience and luxury, offering in-house retail mart, a kids play area, a multi-purpose sports complex, a private cinema and a concierge service to handle daily errands.
And that's our part company here on Prime Business. I am Pius Kujubaka. For more stories, do log on to myjoyonline.com/business. Do have a lovely weekend. Prime Sports is next.